Good day, everyone. Hello, cool folks. My name is Philip, and welcome to the chapter 5, our lesson about distribution management. Today, we will discuss transportation management. What is transportation management? Transportation management is the process of planning, implementing, and controlling the efficient movements of goods and materials from origin to destination to meet customer requirements. It is a vital component of logistics and supply chain management that ensures cost, effectiveness, speed, and reliability in delivery. Why it matters? Transportation management ensures products are delivered on time and in good condition. Next is connects producers with consumers globally and essential for business operations and economic development. Transportation is very essential or key um, tool that helps businesses connect the products from the origin to the end user. Without transportation, there is no movement of product. We cannot move one product from one point of origin to another point of destination. So transportation is very important. Now, in order to manage the transportation smooth and easy, we need to adopt management practices that is very vital for us to transport products. And because of transportation management or managing the transportation, we can efficiently and effectively move one product from one point of origin to another in a seamless way. When we say seamless, there is smooth transfer, there is efficiencies of transfer, and there is high chances that the product will not be damaged during the transport process. According to Cutler, transportation management is the process of planning, implementing, and controlling the efficient movement of goods and materials from origin to destination to meet customer requirements. It is a vital component of logistics and supply chain management that ensures cost effectiveness, speed, and reliability in delivery. So, when we says management, this involves the five process, but the process of planning. How will you uh, detail, no, or how will you transport the products? What is the detail of the products that you will be transporting from one origin to another? Next, in the planning stage, you need to identify the person or means or mode of transportation that you have chosen as to implement, no, or as to move the product. Right? In implementation stage, there is a focal person or there is a person or point of person that is assigned. no? It should be it should have a timeline. It should have a people involved in monitoring during the implementation. And controlling is somewhat more on the decision making. This is more on adjustment. Uh, how will you move one product or the raw materials from origin to the destination port in an efficient way? What if may nagkagulo? So what if there is a storm like we are experiencing right now? There is a storm. And because of the storm, there is a cancellation of shipments from and air freight services. So what we're gonna do? no? If the shipments will be board for some or will be delayed for a number of days, no? That's is part of the management, transportation management. How will you escalate, no? Or how will you determine what kind of action plan yung i-implement mo para maayos yung pag-deliver ng product and services. So, also, dapat sa pag-deliver ng product and services, hindi lang siya basta-basta, no? Kino-consider yung time, no? Time intervals, hindi lang 'yon yung kino-consider natin. We need also to consider the cost effectiveness, no? Is shipping of this product really need, no? Or moving of this product really need to be air freight, no? Kailangan ba itong product na ipa-airplane? Or is this product really of high value? High value ba yung product kaya kailangan i-rush? Or kailangan bang i-rush yung product dahil there is an on top na payment sa logistics? It's part of the management. No? It's part of the controlling, no? Functions of transportation management. Speed. On speed, gaano ba katagal? Eto bang product madaling masira? Di ba? We have discussed on the previous meetings that perishability of product requires an immediate uh, or fastest distribution. Kasi when one day will be delayed on the transport, there is the product will be perished. The meat will be perished. Especially sa Philippines na settings, we are importing pork and chicken outside the Philippines. So, what kind of transportation you will be using in order to transport the products? Kailangan ba yung airplane? Kailangan ba ng ship? Or i-ship na lang siya? Or kailangan bang i-train? Diba? It's depend on the product, no, nature, kung anong klase yung gagamitin nating transport medium. And also, reliability in delivery. When we say reliability, is the partner, no, logistic partner na itatap natin is already mastered the transferring or transporting products and services. O baka etong shipping lines parating nalulubugan ng barko. So we need also to investigate the background of the shipping, no? Baka sa rely natin ng sa kakapag rely natin sa cost kasi we are cost, no, focused. Ayan. So, cost saving focus yung goal natin is we trusted, no, a shipping or a logistic carrier na hindi siya angkop sa ating product. At the same time, marami siyang problema na na nangyari sa kanya in the past that would also poses a risk for us. Kasi those risks once na transfer natin yung pag transfer ng product, hindi naman lahat in case no lumubog yung barko, hindi lahat ng value ng shipments or cargos mo babayaran ng shipping companies, only a portion, no? Kasi yun lang yung declared sa insurance. So, part of it will be part of the losses of the company. So, it is also risky that we do not um, conduct study on the partners that we will be using, no? So, Dito sa atin sa Philippines, reliable na yung LBC for transporting products and services outside the Philippines. Yan, Hapag-Lloyd, we have in many cargos, no? Maersk, yan, that's international na mga company. Um, what else pa? And many more. So, objectives of transportation management. First is timely delivery of goods and services. This is the goal, no, to deliver the product according to the required timing ng ating client. And services. So services could also syempre yung mga services is when you transport the product, that's part of the services. Especially if you are in the logistics companies. Yung mga goods kasi it's more on tangible. Meanwhile, services is intangible, but you can felt the effect of it in a later time or date. Okay. Next is cost reduction through efficient route and mode selection. The cost reduction is more on the efficiencies, no? Eto bang product mo is mas ita-travel mo ba siya through international or pwede ba siyang land? Pwede ba siya or pwede ba siyang sea? Later on we will discuss the available resources na available part yeah, no mode of transportation. So later on we will discuss that. Next is we have improved customer satisfaction via reliable delivery schedule. So the customer satisfaction, syempre, it is part na of the services natin, no. We need to secure that our client, no, or our we as a client pala is satisfied on the services, no. If for example, you will be satisfied if the promised date is 12, no, or on the date dumating on time yung shipments mo or goods. And we will be dissatisfied if it will be delayed. But syempre, because of other restrictions, because of weather or other mga problema, we need also to adhere that if there is a disaster involved, dapat hindi naman ganun talaga yung reaction natin on the delivery na on the delays on delivery. Okay. Next is enhanced visibility and control of shipment movement. So visibility. When we say visibility, is there a mechanism? Uh, is there a tracking devices that we could say or we would know, dito na yung product natin, 'no? Hindi na tayo manghuhula kung saan na siya napunta. Especially, ngayon maraming mga incidents in the sa mga shipping, 'no, or sa mga, cargos na nawawala yung mga padala along the way. So, if your company logistics, 'no, or the transportation management na system na ginagamit mo has a technology that the customer have the access on the visibility of the product or the cargos, syempre panatag din yung loob natin na makakarating yung product or yung goods natin on time without any delay, cause of delay or any risk associated with shipping or the movement of the product. 'Di ba? Like LBC, they have a tracking, like sa mga Ninja ba na 'yan, sa mga Shopee Express or sa mga JNT and other na mga logistic partners. When we order sa app, like sa Shopee or Lazada or kahit anong online app 'yan, there is messages kung kailan or updates, real-time updates na nakikita natin na, nandito na yung products, 'no? Especially if we order the products from international na mga stores. Okay. Next is compliance with safety, legal, and environmental standards. So, we need to ensure that the transportation, no, that we are using is safe. No? How can we ensure that the transportation na partner natin is safe if they are, no, compliant with the rules and regulation of the Republic of the Philippines. They are paying the right taxes, they have business permit, and other port na mga permits na especially if kung yung product mo is imported outside the Philippines. So there is an import clearance certificate, no, in every transport. Yan yung ano ito yung mas mahal na, and hindi lahat ng mga logistic partners has the capability to have that particular na license. So, when I was, na-remember ko when I was in the industry na na parati kong naririnig yung import and export clearance. So that is part of the requirements of the company that we, as a retail manufacturing company, can export our products outside the Philippines. So that is a requirement. And when we import products naman, we need to present the import clearance certificate that we are notable, no, and we are a legit company here in the Philippines, because that is also one of the proof na hinahanap din ng mga supplier in the China or international na mga companies na when they transfer or move one product to this nation, hindi magiging bogus na customer yung papadalhan nila. It's because 'pag na-transfer na yung products na yan from the origin, mahirap na siya ipabalik dito sa another origin niya. So there is no accountability na sa sa product or sa goods na inimport mo from international area to a domestic area. That's why we also have, when importing, no, a certain products outside the Philippines, there is what we call broker. Broker or dealer, they are responsible na they give assurance, or guarantee to a particular seller, or na this one will be financed by our company. So if this particular company unable to pay, no, the amount on time, we will be held liable, no, para for that kind of inconveniences. Now paano magkakaroon ng kita si dealer or si broker? Si broker magkakaroon ng commission on the particular financing transaction with the domestic company. Do'n siya kumikita. There is a lot of more of topic pa on that particular na broker, na more on the importation sa capital market. So it's part of the discussion on that financing. Okay. Next is function of transportation management. So the function, on the planning, there is a selecting transportation mode, carrier, and routes. So dun pa lang sa planning, dapat kompleto na. Ano ba yung mode of transportation natin? Who are the carriers or the logistic company na itatap natin? Next is, sorry. Next is Ano yung mga route, papaano siya darating dito sa atin? Are they using a Pacific 'no, na route? Dadaan ba siya sa multi, route system para ma-transport yung isang products lalo na kung mga sa Russia 'no? Like sa mga Russia kasi they are selling oil. So kung sa Russia yung manggagaling yung oil, dadaan pa siya sa pipeline, it will be offloaded to Turkey 'no, or other European countries tapos ano siya, ilalagay sa mga cargo trucks, sorry, sa mga barge. And then that barge will be, uh, traversing the Egyptian na path or passage, or ito yung popular na tinatawag nating Suez Canal, 'yan. So depende sa product na i-import natin as well as that's part of the planning. Now the execution. On the execution function, scheduling and dispatching shipments. Kailan siya ipi-pick up, 'yan. So, dapat there is a schedule on that. And also kailan siya aalis ng puerto, kailan siya aalis ng sorting station, 'di ba? If you are, ordering products through TikTok or sa Shopee, parati niyong nakikita 'yan sa mobile app ninyo that your products is now, uh heading to the Shenzhen sorting station, 'di ba? Parating Shenzhen. So yung Shenzhen is mega facility 'yan sa China in where all products are being um contained or ita-transfer 'yan doon sa Shenzhen sorting station lalo na yung mga parcel or other goods. And then doon siya ile-label 'no, iso-sort according to the destination. Like for example, sa Manila, kung sa Manila siya kasi maraming countries sa buong mundo, we have 195 countries, na then there is 195 countries 'no. And in every countries ile-label ang mga product at isasakay kung depende sa mode of transportation ba, kung air or sea or freight or ship, 'yan. So, hindi naman applicable sa sa'tin yung pipeline, hindi rin applicable yung mga train kasi wala naman tayong, nasa archipelagic nation tayo or country na napapalibutan tayo ng West Philippine Sea and East Philippine Sea and Pacific Oceans, 'yan. So, doon siya sa execution na part. Now, freight management, managing rates, payments, and documentation. Ito yung sinasabi ko kanina sa documentation, there is an import-export clearance certificate. So, who will be held liable? The broker, no? Or in terms naman sa mga Shopee, sa mga TikTok na 'yan or Lazada, yung mga companies na 'yan is tinatawag sila na consolidator. They are consolidator of products. And if I could recall sa DTI na seminar namin on export management, na-discuss doon na si Philippines, why Philippines is so poor na on export. The export daw ng Philippines plunged into the lowest level after the pandemic. It's because we don't have consolidator. So consolidator are the company who are responsible on shipping bulk products from the Philippines and then transfer it to the international na mga clients. So according to the DTI na na export na bureau, they are still figuring out on how to establish that consolidator na companies who will help us boost our economy as well as boost the SMEs in the Philippines because Without that consolidator, our performance in the export business will still be dormant, magiging idle lang siya, ganyan lang siya. And we cannot help the economy because of that particular issue. So yeah. Also managing rates. Rates depends on the the complexity or the ah, bigness or gaano kalaki yung yung isang company. Dahil siyempre if the company is big or already internationally, wide or yung operations niya, then yung resources niya is also, um, yung resources niya is siyempre malaki din. So he can or the company can bargain shipment rates at the lowest cost. Now, pero siyempre because of efficiencies naman ng mga issues, some company hire another third party na mga logistic partners in order to transport the products. That's why if ma-recall ninyo, we have DHL DHL is in the America, but they have a counterpart dito sa atin na sa Aklan. Kasi they don't have a wide operation, so they partner local carrier. And dito sa Aklan, we have To we have LBC, we have Airspeed. Ayan. So next is we have tracking and monitoring. Using GPS or yung using GPS or what we call the Global Positioning System and or Transportation Management System, we can now locate where is our cargos or mga vehicle yan or mga parcel. So yung GPS parati siyang ginagamit sa mga tracking services, especially ito yung na-observe ko 'no, and sa industry lalo na sa mga trucking industry na naku-curious sila, "Uy, bakit yung mga team ko, yung mga tao ko parating magastos sa krudo?" 'Yan. So, with the tracking of the GPS nakokontrol natin yung movement ng mga tao natin na hindi na sila, namamasyal pa 'no. So, kung umiikot kasi yung milyahe ng truck, so that's additional expenses for the company. So, because of the global positioning system na technology, nalilimit natin yung movement. At the same time, we could discipline our workforce down sa ating operation. Next is performance evaluation, assessing care efficiency and delivery KPIs. Ang KPIs is very important, especially in the business operation, because this is a key performance index, no? Or sometimes ito rin yung ginagamit, yung other term nito is key result areas. Ang key result areas is more on the managerial positions, na ang KPI naman is more on the sub-level positions like rank and file, like supervisory positions, 'no? Kung saan lahat ng mga goals ng company doon siya nilalagay. For example, ah, part of the goal is maintain 100% no customer satisfaction among clients. So how would you know na it was achieved? No? Unang-una, the KPI. No? There is no incidence of customer complaint regarding delay of shipment. So kung kung doon pa lang is meron tayong gauges 'no or metrics on how to identify that our personnel is performing, then maiiwasan na natin na yung ating mga employee is non-performing or siyempre if they are non-performing, it will affect to the image of the company as well as the performance of the company. Kasi at the end of the day, the primary goal of a company is profit, no? It's more on income. It's not more on popularity, it's more on the income. So if how will you attain good income if your customer is already losing, no? Or nawawala na yung customer mo, hindi na sila nagta-trust sa iyo. It's because of delayed shipment. So it's always part of the KPI. No? So that's the function of transportation management. It's more on the managing, no? It's more on the day-to-day operations of the transportation or the movement of one product to another. So next is mode of transportation. Transportation is the backbone of logistics. So without transportation, syempre we cannot move one product to another. So the movement of goods from one location to another requires different modes of transport, each with its own strength, limitations, and ideal use cases. Choosing the right mode depends on factors like distance, gaano siya kalayo, cost, gaano ba siya ka-efficient, time, gaano siya katagal, and the nature of the goods being delivered, how perishable the product. So, you need to have an immediate delivery of the products as well as kung hindi siya pwedeng immediate, what is the intervention or technology that you will be embedding or gagawin mo para ma-preserve yung product. So, if 'di ba na-mention natin in the previous lessons that in order to preserve onions, you need to refrigerate it. So same with tomato. So the more you, if the uh, product is very perishable, you need to have intervention how to do it. Maraming technology na present na ngayon sa ating mundo, lalo na because we are already using AI or artificial intelligence. Knowledge can be transferred, no, easily. No, one click away, pwede nyo nang malaman kung ano yung gagawin ninyo with the use of ChatGPT and other AI na mga app. But syempre, we need to be uh, smart din sa paggamit kasi not all that the AI suggests is applicable to us. So that's why again I am reminding everyone to be remain vigilant in using AI because if we are relying only on AI, lahat ng decision making natin, our brain will no longer process in itself, in its capability of processing details or ideas. So yeah. So the first mode of transportation is road transportation. This includes truck and buns. So, yan. Ngayon, we also have the tricycle, no? It's part din siya ng road transportation and mga bikes or electric vehicles na mga single. So flexible, door-to-door service, traffic delays, limited bulk capacity, and ideal for domestic and regional deliveries. No, sa Philippines, road transportation is highly na ginagamit, especially no kasi we are archipelago malayo. We are surrounded by Philippine waters. So road transportation is efficient in a sense that we could move product kahit do'n siya sa mountain, puwede siya i-transport doon. 'Yun lang, medyo may ano lang siya, may kahinaan kasi limited lang yung kayang i-load ng isang truck, kung ilang tonelada lang. For example sa motor, ilan lang yung kaya niyang i-transport. I remember that way back during the time of Gloria Macapagal Arroyo, she launches the project Roll On, Roll Off, connecting archipelago of the Philippines. So, the RoRo, yan yung kilala natin na RoRo, no? Na yung mga trucks and vans and buses and other vehicles can be transport, no, from land, tapos sakay siya sa vessel, then i-off na naman siya sa isang, ah, island and off hanggang makaabot siya kung saan siya papupunta. So that's one way of connecting destinations through the roll on roll off initiated by PGMA. Next is we have rail transportation. Rail transportation includes syempre rail, no? Pag rail is more on trains, no? This is cost effective for bulk cargo. Syempre pag mga cargo lalo na kung landmass niyo malaki like sa mga Europe, 'yan, sa mga Russia, sa China, sa US, 'yan. Effective yung mga trains. It's because hindi naman sila nagko-cross ng seawater, no, unlike sa Philippines, cross talaga tayo. Also during the time 'no, if you are watching Harry Potter or mga British novels 'no, makikita ninyo na yung mga nung unang panahon pa, yung trains or steam trains, yan yung ginagamit nila pag-transport ng mga bulk products or mga, goods from one point to another. Next, yun lang, limited network access siya. Siyempre kung wala namang rail, hindi naman siya makakadaan dun yung train. Slower but essential for global trade. Now I remember the China is having the Silk Road network. So Silk Road, ito yung vision nila that all the provinces in China will be connected with trains. Now, and other nearby countries within the Eurasian plate. Yeah. When we say Eurasian plate, that includes Asia, the Asia, ang laki-laki kasi ng Asia, no? From Malaysia, Singapore hanggang yeah, uh, hindi lang siya makakonect sa Philippines kasi may water na and Indonesia because of the water. But the Asia from Thailand, no, India can be connected, Russia can be connected with China and go to the Europe. So, yan yung gustong ibuhayin ng China, the Silk Road, no? It is an ancient way of road network sa pagkalakal nila, sa pag-transport nila ng mga products. So that's part of the Asian history, more or less. Next is we have air freight. Sa air freight, syempre, pag air, that involves aircraft. Yun lang, limited capacity lang siya. Syempre, kung ilang tonelada lang yung kayang isakay ng isang airplane, yun lang yung pwede. Fastest method for long distance. Siyempre, the fastest method siya kasi kung when you transfer, for example, no, when I gone to Hong Kong, that's around 2 hours lang, malapit lang siya. So, in the span of 2 hours, nandun ka na. If you are selling pinya fiber dito, tas you will transfer it to Hong Kong, madali lang yung pag-transfer ng product. So, the client can wear the pinya fiber uh, clothes after 2 hours. Gano'n siya kabilis. But siyempre mas mahal siya because yun nga, because it is air transport kaysa land or seaport or sea transport, mas mahal siya. Next is we have pipeline transport. Yeah. So, pipeline transport is specifically for liquids and gases. So, syempre, more liquid naman yung mga pipe and continuous and reliable. High capital cost, syempre, you will be building a network of pipes from one point to another, and this is only limited to liquid and gases. Requires heavy upfront infrastructure kasi syempre, you will be building roads, you will be building tunnels or you will be boring the mountains para maka-transport ng products na mga in form of liquid and gases. This is one of the mode of transport na ginagamit sa Saudi Arabia and Russia kasi Russia is very rich in gases. and crude. And also, I heard that the Canada has already completed no, the pipeline no, of na network in transferring natural gas. If as far as you know, Canada is also selling their gas and petroleum to the US. Yan. Next is we have the sea freight. Sea freight is very popular. Ito yung pinaka-common na way kasi yung ship kaya niyang mag-hold or kaya niyang no, on average yung ship kasi kaya niyang mag-hold ng at least 200,000 tons, no? Yung tons kasi is equivalent to 10,000, yung isang ton na that is 10,000 kilogram if I'm not mistaken. So times ninyo sa 200,000, that's so heavy. And usually sa sea freight yung ginagamit dito is more on the liquid, like mga petroleum, especially from the Middle East. Kaya nga maraming mga seafarer tayo dito sa Pilipinas na nagtatrabaho sa mga petroleum company, especially sa mga barge. Um, yung cousin ko, he is working with a Japanese na company who is transporting different grains, no? Yung mga wheat, yan, they are uh, shipping grains from Europe, tapos ita-transfer sa China, and then they will ship other products from China, then transfer it to other places. Same with the US. China is one of the consumer of soya. So soya is being imported to the US. And canola oil naman or canola seeds is transported from mostly from the Canada. Yan. So yan. Meanwhile, ang mga semento galing naman siya dito sa Indonesia, and according to him, they have also an experience of transporting sugar from India into the Philippines. So that's why malaki yung opportunity for or malaki yung market for the sea freight business. Slower kasi matagal yung pag-transport ng isang product, especially sa distance, no? Especially if they are transporting products from the Middle East. Sa Middle East or sa Europe, dumadaan pa sila sa Suez Canal, which is in the Egypt, no? And Egypt to the Arabian Peninsula, and doon sa may mga Houthi, which is malapit siya sa Lebanon, sorry, sa Oman, yan, mga GCC countries or Gulf cooperating countries, ganyan. Yan. So the average days travel from China to Europe through sea freight spans 30 to 45 days. Matagal siya kung sa sea. Meanwhile, the standard air freight typically takes 3 to 5 days for airport to airport transit, according to Hart Worldwide or Barrington. Freight notes that door-to-door air freight can take 6 to 16 days. So mas mabilis talaga pag air freight. Yan lang, mas mahal siya. So that's why depende siya sa sa value ng product na ita-transport mo. If that product is very essential sa pag-create mo ng product ng another product, if you are in a manufacturing business, siguro it's very efficient, no, na to avoid stockouts or to avoid underproduction the product, you go with the air freight. But if hindi naman siya vital or essential yung ingredients na yan, hindi siya key ingredients, puwede siguro sa freight na lang siya sa sea freight na lang siya ipadaan or sa shipment. or sa shipping, sorry. That's why we need, no, as a marketer, we need to master the the using or calculation of lead times, no, or the buffer stock, yan, para maiwasan natin yung mga stock outs ng mga raw materials. Here, sir, tanong lang po, meron po bang successful Filipino na nag-engage into shipping business? Meron ba tayong gano'n? Baka mostly mga Chinese, no, or mga Americans or foreigners. Meron tayo dito sa Philippines, pero he is a descendants of an English, no, mga Americans din. He is na named after Mr. Enrique K. Razon Jr. He is the chairman and CEO of International Container Terminal Services, which is the Philippines' largest ports operator by revenue and one of the world's largest independent terminal operator. When we say terminal, sila yung mga port, na international port. They manage the international port. Um, so under his leadership, the ICTSI has grown into a global empire, managing 32 terminals in 19 countries across 6 continents, including the Asia Pacific, Eastern, Europe, Africa, and the Americas. Dito sa Philippines, they are managing that sa Manila Port, I think, and sa Clark Freeport Terminal. Sa China rin, he is managing the several port dyan, as I remember. Um, the company manages major domestic ports such as the yan, Manila MIA, MICT pala, sorry, Manila International Container Terminal, and has secured long-term concessions for many international ports. So yung itong Manila, dito yan sa Manila Bay, yung sa may Manila Port. Next is, yung background niya is siyempre he's a descendant na ng grandfather niya. So this is a business of their family. So nasa lineage siya ng succession. So definitely they will be taking advantage talaga the wealth of their family. That's why he's very successful in this business venture. Na-remember ko din si Razon din yung may-ari ng yung favorite natin na YouTube channel na yung Wish, yan. So yung favorite natin na FM yung 107.5 Wish FM. So sila din yung may-ari niyan, si Razon. So let's go to the Transportation Management System or TMS. So technology plays a crucial in modern logistics, enabling greater speed, accuracy, visibility, and efficiency from warehouse automation to real-time tracking. Innovations are transforming the way goods are managed and delivered. Technology plays a crucial role in modern logistics, enabling greater speed, accuracy, visibility, and efficiency from warehouse automation to real-time tracking, innovations are transforming the way goods are managed and delivered. So, yun nga, sa transportation, we are now using several na mga system like the GPS or and real-time tracking or global positioning system, which is the GPS. We have warehouse management system, yung mga inventories sa warehouse na pwede na nating makagamit ng mga system para alam natin kung ano yung paubos na, ano na yung malapit na mag-expire, malapit ng nasa buffer zone, etc. So mas efficient siya 'pag may ganito tayong system kasi siyempre hindi ka na magma-manual 'no ng check ng inventory, automatic puwede siyang makita natin araw-araw kung ano yung magkukulang na mga ingredients. Especially dun sa previous na industry kong pinanggalingan na they are using a lot of ingredients daily. So mga, sugar, eggs, 'yan mga milk, mga flour, and the flour is very essential in creating bread. So, ang flour kasi hindi lang siya isang klaseng variety, marami siyang variety. We have first class, no, cake flour, cornstarch, and skim milk. We have third class na flour, wheat bread, na mga pang flour, wheat flour, para para sa wheat bread. Yan. Next is we have automation and robotics. Automation and robotics, ito na yung ginagamit ng mostly doon sa Amazon. So, sa Amazon siya. So, sa Amazon, gumagamit sila ng robotics para sa pag-sort and pag-transfer ng product. So, automatic, depende sa boxes. That's why yung boxes doon na ginagamit ngayon sa industry is according to the standard boxes. Regardless kung maliit man yan, basta ginamit mo siya sa box na yan, ito yung equivalent niya. So, the robotics will be transferring the products from or sorting the products according to the value, according to the size, and according to the destination. So, because of the robotics, mas efficient, mas mura, syempre, the cost of manpower cost sa Amerika and China is mas mahal na rin. Syempre, nagmamahal na rin siya. Sana all mahal. Next is we have drones and autonomous vehicle. So, drones and autonomous vehicle, this is more particular tayo sa China, no? I will create a separate video explainer for this, no? And para makita ninyo ito, dito, no, kung paano mag-transport na ng products sa China, which is very, ano na, high-end yung technology doon eh. I have seen a video and I will show it on a separate video now. I will try to research it first. Yung mag-order ka sa app and then the product will be delivered by a drone, no? And the drone will deliver your product in a terminal area kung saan siya doon yung mga drone ihuhulog yung product. And you will gonna pay the service provider through an electronic then yung pagbayad which is WeChat yung mode of payment doon and Alipay. So, also in the China, they are using autonomous vehicle, yung this is globally positioned system or GPS guided na mga vehicle na they will transport the product without the human intervention. It's more on digital and more on automation na yung gumagamit, more on computer software. So kung so na nagiging risk, no? Hindi na siya risky kasi 'pag tao yung mag-transfer, there is a risk na associated with that. Unang-una, kung ano yung mangyayari doon sa tao during the transfer, puwedeng ano sila mabangga, so that would also kill or claim lives. So that's part also of the risk na maa-avoid natin if we are going an autonomous na vehicle na delivery system. So punta lang siya doon sa warehouse, yung product pipick upin or somewhere siya pipick up in a store, then it will be loaded to the vehicle and then it will be transferred into the customer or yun. Ito yung mga ano ginagamit sa China. Also sa US meron din mga autonomous vehicle na rin and I think there is also a plan or may mga pilot uh, trial din na ginagawa na rin regarding to the autonomous vehicles sa BGC kasi BGC is very high-end na smart city sa Philippines. So transportation management system (TMS), um, technology plays a crucial role in modern logistics, enabling greater speed, accuracy, visibility, and efficiency. From warehouse automation to real-time tracking, innovations are transforming the way goods are managed and delivered. Technology plays a crucial role in modern logistics, enabling greater speed. Sorry, nag-ano siya, nag-redundant, no? So, and efficiency. So, a transport management system is a software that helps manage logistic operation efficiently by automating and optimizing routes, freight auditing, and shipment tracking. So, include dito sa TMS natin is route optimization, carrier selection, freight audit and payment, real-time tracking and reporting, and analytics. So analytics is very important kasi recorded siya online and the data can be processed immediately. No? Mas madali siya ma-process unlike kung manual yung pag-deliver. Sa role of transportation in the supply chain. Ayan. So, transportation is very important because it connects suppliers, manufacturer, and customers. Without transport, or without vehicle, no, without any moving object or transportation, hindi makakagalaw yung produkto. Hindi na siya gagalaw, no? Sino yung magmo-move? So that's the role of transportation and supply chain. Enabling or enables global trade and market expansion. Without economic activity, there is no trading. Without trading, there is no market expansion. There is always a logic between the doing a business or trading and the market expansion and the growing of economy. Next is we have reduces lead time and improves service reliability. So lead time is the length of time that the product or goods are will arrive from the origin to the destination na receiver. So lead time kung organize yung transportation natin, kung alam natin kung anong klaseng transport, no, na mode yung gagamitin natin, we could reduce the lead time, no. But syempre may mga corresponding din siya na ah, cost regarding to the fastest, no, how faster the movement of the product kasi 'di ba if the fastest way to move a product is through ship. Now if the product is too heavy, it cannot be no, it cannot be loaded into the ship, no, so sorry, into the aircraft, so it will be moved to the ship or shipping containers. So, sa mga shipping naman mas matagal siya, so we need to anticipate the lead time, 'no? Hindi naman siya puwedeng, gagamitin mo ng December, o-orderin mo ng October ng November, hindi puwedeng gano'n kasi we have a rule of thumb that the ordering should be at least 90 days, 60 to 90 days as to create a lead time, ano, proper lead time of transporting products. Eh what if, no, sumabay yung pag-order mo sa rush time. So hindi na yun aabot on the specific date na kakailanganin mo yung product. So hindi siya magiging efficient for the business. And also hindi na siya magagamit on time which is defeats the purpose of the business. Next is impact total logistics, cost, and inventory turnover. So total logistics, cost, and inventory turnover. If we could bridge all together, no, the transportation, mababawasan natin ang cost ng logistic cost na and inventory turnover. I remember when I was in the industry pa, I will not mention the name of the company where I work, but you know already that. No? Um, uh, yung cost of transporting products. So, all products kasi na ita-transport mo from Manila, no, from Manila or from China man yan through Allison na shipping container or SB cargo, etc. Marami siyang mga container, no. Kung yung pagbayad kasi ng yung pag-transport kasi is depende siya sa container. So kung konti lang yung laman ng container, fix yung ano expenses mo. So dapat maging efficient ka din lalo na kung mag-i-import ka ng product outside the Philippines. Kasi kung siyempre yung bayad mo ng isang container is for example, no, 30,000 or more than pa, 40,000 or 50,000. Tapos hindi napuno yung container, then fixed pa rin yung babayaran mong 50,000 sa isang container. Hindi siya nababawasan yung expenses mo kung konti or magaan 'no, yung laman ng isang container. Per container yung galawan, lalo na if you import or export machines from China. Gano'n siya, how it works. So the global impact, how transportation and logistics drive global trade. So logistics connect countries, companies, and customers across the world. Enables fast, large-scale movement of goods from raw materials to finished products, support the rise of e-commerce, global manufacturing, and internationally supply chain. And according to the world metrics, no, over 80% of world merchandise. So when we say merchandise, this is finished goods, no, or it could be food, it could be clothing, no, it could be machines, no. It's something that we buy, no, out from outside the country, or pwede rin siyang food, no, na ginagamit is by sea, or what we call sa cargo, sea cargo or sea freight. 80% of world merchandise, no. Ang laki ng opportunity pala sa shipping, no, or sa containering na business. That's 80%. And according to the global statistics, no, logistics market value exceeds 11.25 trillion, no, napakalaki, no, US dollar as of 2025. Ang laki. Imagine mo, that's 11.25 trillion. That's the market value for global logistics sa pag-transfer pa lang ng product from point of origin to another cost 11.25 trillion. Ito yung binabayad nating services to the logistic company or transportation. So big. Ang laki. So emerging trends in transport management, digitalization, no, use of AI, IoT, and blockchain for transparency, green transportation, adoption of electric vehicles and low emission fuels. So mga electric vehicles na rin gina-priority ngayon. It's because it's part of sustainable SDG, sustainable goals, development goals, na dapat we will not rely more on the fossil fuel na mga na mga energy, rather than we rely now or expand on the green energies, which is can be collected to solar, na wind, geothermal, and other means of electricity. So, electricity na lang yung mag-move ng isang product or machines. Yan, para walang usok that could harm the ozone layer and that produces global climate change. Real-time tracking, GPS, and cloud-based system for shipment visibility, data analytics, predictive tools for route and cost optimization. So maraming mga data analytics tools na ginagamit na rin, no? On how to manage inventories, what are the decision making on particular product importation, etc. So that's separate topic. And we have collaborative logistics, so sharing transport resources among firms. That's emerging trends in transport management. So overall, transportation and logistics are the lifeline of modern e-commerce or modern commerce or commercial, connecting producers and consumers around the globe. From traditional tracking to smart, sustainable solution, the industry is evolving fast, driven by technology, efficiency, and environmental responsibility. Transportation management is a strategic function that bridges production and consumption by ensuring goods and move efficiently, safely, and sustainably across supply chains. It its success depends on the integration of planning, technology, and performance evaluation. So this is more on our topic about transportation management. So for your questions, please do not hesitate to message the chat box in the Google Classroom, as well as you could send your clarification questions in the official messenger so that we could learn more, no, we could converse our ideas and also correct if I have mis uh, explained na mga theories, and also you could also share your insights towards our topic. So this would end our topic about transportation management, and for our face to face na topic, next meeting we will have the so on our next topic we will be discussing the technology in distribution. We will have a more detailed on what kind of particular yan yung mga technology in distribution. So I will create a separate video na yung mga sinabi ko kanina regarding to the here sa automation and robotics na drones and automation vehicles. So we will have more detailed for this one, and also the KPI or other metrics that is very important for transportation. So that would end our online, no, asynchronous type of education here at Aklan State University. Ah, very challenging pala yung asynchronous because we are, um, I am trying my best, no, to record the video, to prepare a presentation and have a video uploaded to the YouTube. Kasi not everyone can handle the to receive a particular number of video na yung gigabyte sa kanilang storage. So, mas better ito yung YouTube, and then at the end of the semester, i-delete na natin yung video para kasi nakakahiya naman na makita pa ng ibang tao, or if efficient naman siya, everyone could read and explain, and understand the explanation I had for this particular topic. So that would be all. Thank you so much and have a great day. Thank you, Colfux, and please wait for the link of the assessment for this lesson. Goodbye, everyone. Danke.